Welcome back, guys, to This and Much More podcast. I'm Evelyn, and our co-host today is...
Damn.
I was going to say... Sorry, babe, I messed up.
Rollie Vogues.
Our special guest today is...
Abiel or Filmfoot, AB, whichever.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He prefers AB, right?
Yeah, AB is probably the easiest one because getting people to say Abiel or Abiel for some reason is like the hardest thing to do for them. So I just keep it short.
Has anybody called you like Miel?
Miel?
Not Miel.
Miel, because it's literally it's easy. Abiel, Miel.
Miel?
Miel out of every... I don't think I've ever gotten Miel. Man, I've gotten it all though, but Miel, that would have catch me by surprise. Nah, I haven't gotten that
Yeah,
one.
nobody would
like, nah,
be
you're being extra now. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
So you just woke up from a nap, right?
Yeah.
And
I did too.
You woke up from a nap? Oh, you did wake up from a nap. Wow.
But it was a crappy nap.
Nap club and shit. All right. So we're going to start off with a little shot.
Cheers.
Cheers. Good podcast.
Oh, no. Ooh, I regret that instantly.
God damn.
Oh, my God.
I fuck with it. I like 1800.
That one hit me
Straight
hard.
up?
Yeah.
It hit you hard too?
It cleared me out though. I felt like I was a little stuffed up, so it did its thing.
Now the Avion one is the one that's like crazy.
I don't know why. I mean, normally this one's pretty smooth, but it kind of caught me off guard, maybe.
I'm chilling. So...
Okay, AB, so tell us, like, what do you do?
Well, first, I want to know... Okay, what do you do?
Okay. Well, I'm a photographer, but sometimes I direct, I do videography. I'm a creative of all sorts. It just depends on the project. But mainly I'm a photographer, and that's what I've started with, and that's what's kind of like my main thing I stick with. Besides that, I don't know. That's pretty much the main, like, 2 things, probably 3 things. But yeah, photography.
Yeah. So... I noticed that whenever we gave you our address and stuff, you were like, "Oh, you guys are some Southeast kids too,
Yeah.
right?" So where'd you grow up, or what?
I grew up in Pasadena, and yeah, it's just crazy that you guys are like just down the street because everybody I always meet, they're always like, "Yeah, I'm from like Cypress, I'm from A-Leaf, I'm from like Woodlands," and I'm just like, that's super far from where I'm at, and nobody really understands. Like, I feel like the Southeast culture, like everything that we're around. Like, I don't know if you guys travel a lot to like Pasadena or like by 225 or if you
That's
guys
where I grew up. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't think anybody else knows what being brought up in that environment like kind of makes you think about life. Like, I don't know. You think about working in the refineries, like coming out of high school. At least being a guy, that's kind of like what I was brought up on. My dad working in refineries, all my cousins, my uncles, like, so I just wanted to break that stigma of like, just following in the family, quote unquote, tradition.
As a guy.
Exactly. And I don't know. Luckily, I had a lot of like friends, and also my mom, I guess, like just teaching me things about the world, like hip hop. I was really raised on like heavy Hispanic music because of my dad. So I was kind of stuck on that for a while, and then my mom started teaching me about like Eminem, like who else?
Your mom?
My mom. But she doesn't really listen to any of that now. But I don't know, at the time, I think it was just because it was like the radio was popping it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just started picking up on like hip hop culture and starting to realize like there was like a bigger world out of Pasadena. Mm-hmm. And then obviously later on, like once I started traveling to Houston and meeting a lot of other people, I was like, wow, this world's way bigger than just, refineries and this small town life. So.
And that's crazy. No, like my mom was super against like
rap,
all that hip hop shit.
Yeah, she was.
But like the first CD that I ever bought was at the flea market on Telephone. Mm-hmm. What's that? Does that have a name? I just know.
I think it's just
the
telephone flea market.
Yeah.
I know the one that has a name is La Tia Pancha.
La Tia Pancha.
Yeah,
that
by Airline, right? At 59 over there.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to that one.
You must have. Like it's one of the biggest
but
ones.
Yeah, so I never went until we went.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like that's a drive for me, like from Pasadena area.
Oh wow! I took your cherry for that flea market.
No,
but
it's also called like Sábado Domingo.
I think I've heard people talk about it, but I don't think I've ever been. I've been to this other one that's like I think it's on I-10 and I don't remember the street. Nah, it can't be Broadway. I don't know what street it is, but it's on I-10. It's like a really small little flea market, but I don't know. I just kind of stay grounded to the ones I was like raised on.
Close to, yeah.
I really don't go to other ones. Like my mom worked at the flea market in Pasadena, so I was always like stuck to that one for the longest.
Which one?
The one next to Jumping World?
Yeah.
Oh, the indoor one.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to go to that one too.
So I used to like kind of be like I guess you could say like a flea market kid. And then she worked at the Pasadena Mall for some time too. So I was just kind of always like, I don't know, around those settings. And
what school did you go to?
I went to my elementary. I went to Fisher, and then intermediate I went to Parkview, and then high school Sam Rayburn.
Oh, okay.
I only know Rayburn.
Yeah.
Huh?
I only know Rayburn.
Those schools are like literally.
Well, there's Memorial and in Pasadena too. Right?
Yeah, Memorial, and then obviously Pasadena High,
and Rayburn.
Rayburn. I think that's pretty much just the Pasadena
For
schools.
the Pasadena high schools.
But we're also like right next to South Houston and.
Yeah,
Deer
because
Park.
Soho's right here.
Yeah, Soho.
Down the street.
Y'all went to Soho?
No.
What high school did y'all go to?
Long story short.
What high schools did she go to?
I went to 3. I went to East Early College High School, right? That's the
East Early College High School.
Yeah, that one. It was by navigation, and Magnolia, like over there. And then I went to Austin High School, and then I went to Chavez High School.
Yeah, and then I just went to East Early. So East Early was a new school. Like we were like the guinea pigs. I was the second class there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one of the first schools that started with graduating with your associate's degree.
Okay.
And your high school diploma at the same time. And now a lot of the high schools offer that, which I think is really good.
Yeah, instead of like kind of like tearing apart, like making you split to another school just because they have that program. And
yeah,
high school
I think we used to do that because we used to have to go to like the HCC campus like out of school.
But it was right next door though.
But it was right next door.
Both locations. Because I started off, it was off of Woodridge, and it was just a bunch of T buildings at the time. And HCC was right across the street. So like period 7th period or whatever would be like a HCC class. And then I'd go over there. And then we moved to over there, navigation, right? Yeah, they built a HCC at the same time that they built the school, no? Yeah. But I think it was for that reason. Yeah. So we can just walk connected. There. Yeah.
Rayburn is by what's the street that it's on?
Rayburn's like in between Burke and Preston, Cherrybrook, Pasadena Boulevard.
Yeah, because I think that's the high school I was gonna go to because my grandparents lived on
Strawberry.
On Burke.
Oh, on Burke.
Yeah, because it's on Spencer. That's Burke, right? Where Walgreens is.
Yeah, the stadium in the Walgreens. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to that high school because it's like down the street, right?
Yeah.
Right, like off of like Burke or whatever. Yeah, but
my grandparents live right down Burke too, and my dad was raised at the house like his whole life, and I'm surprised he just ended up buying a house like just down the street from them too. So.
Oh, like your dad he was born here?
No, my dad was born in Durango.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then they came over here, I think when he was like either a young teenager or a little younger. And they lived in a duplex first over there by like Jackson Intermediate.
Uh-huh.
So they lived where Jackson Intermediate was or is. And then the duplexes were there, and then they got bought out either by the city or something. And then they moved the duplexes if you owned it or if you bought yours. And they moved it to the neighborhood right next to it. I'm
surprised that, like, they moved to Pasadena.
Yeah, I don't...
Because Pasadena is always, like, whenever I used to live with my grandparents, like, in Pasadena, like, I feel like it was, like, a white people neighborhood.
Yeah.
It was not, like, many Hispanics there.
No, and then the history of Pasadena is, like, I don't know if you guys have ever, like, really dig deep, but Pasadena had, like, the first... Or I don't know if it was, like, the only library in Texas. I doubt it, but... They had the KKK library, like, right as soon as you entered the city. Mm-hmm. And, they had, like, they sometimes would protest and do roadblocks and, like, scare a lot of people coming over.
Like Ku Klux Klan shit?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Like, they had a grand wizard and everything.
Oh, wow.
I think what ended up happening with that chapter was, like, I think the guy ended up getting ran off, the main guy, the wizard. And, because I guess he was sleeping with some of his, like, members' wives and daughters or something. So... That chapter ended up, like, dying out in Pasadena due to that. So, but yeah, Pasadena used to be, I don't know if it was a scary place, but people said that.
I've always felt like Pasadena was, like, a safe place.
Yeah, it definitely feels like that now. I don't know what it was like.
Yeah, because
But even growing up for me though, like
you felt like it was a safe place.
Yeah, I feel like
I did
it was
too.
like chill. Like I feel like it's because like I was on like Houston, Pasadena limits, right?
Yeah, he's
like,
literally like on the
right.
line.
Yeah, I was living. I used to live on Ellen Genoa,
Okay.
off of 225, and then like if you keep going, then it's already entering Pasadena or whatever. So I feel like you grew up Pasadena for real, and I feel like I was just going there and then coming back.
Yeah, because I lived in Pasadena with my grandparents, like on Burke Street, but we were never like at home. We were always in Magnolia or like Oak Meadows or whatever. That's where we would go, and then at night I would go to Pasadena. So
you were
we
out
never
there looking for me or what?
Boy, no.
Yo, but Magnolia, I feel like there's a lot of people that have like the stigma that it's like a bad neighborhood, or I don't know, people that don't go to Magnolia often. But I love Magnolia. Like I go over there and I feel comfortable there. But maybe because we're just around a lot of brown people. So
and that thing is too, like I remember when I was younger, I used to like walk to like this one Popeyes, and I feel like how the hell did my mom let me like walk to Popeyes like with my sister or my cousin, like.
You dragged me there a couple times.
Yeah, I did. But it's just like, that's not fucking safe, you know?
Yeah.
But I also feel like growing up there, I mean, yeah, you'll see drunks or like, homeless people. But it's just like, I feel like they don't really do any harm in a way. Yeah, they'll probably be like whistling or whatever, But it's just like, you just walk and ignore.
I think you just got to watch your back in situations like that.
Yeah. But I feel like now it's more like been brought to light, like, a lot of more ugly stuff that's came out. Not in Magnolia specifically, right? But
the only story I know about Pasadena was like that guy, that Halloween dude.
Oh, the Candyman.
The Candyman, yeah. That's the only like story I was like, oh shit, that's in Pasadena. Like the fuck, that's wild. And now they have the Netflix the Killing Fields.
But that's in
but that's like off League City.
Have you seen it?
No, actually, I just seen an ad for it, but I didn't bother really looking into it.
You should.
Yeah, we played a few episodes and
it's really good. Yeah, it's like about the 40. I always knew about it because I like watching like a lot of the crime stuff, and it's like about the killings 45 South, Pearland, Friendswood, Lake City, like all those neighborhoods that you would think are like super safe.
Yeah.
Had like a lot of like killings.
Yeah, those are the ones that I feel like there's always that crazy background, like some shit went down.
He Googled like all of Pasadena, like.
Yeah, like I think for a long time, especially probably sometime right out of high school, especially when I started shooting, I like to document like a lot of the older buildings that were like coming down in Pasadena, and I had a feeling like eventually they weren't going to be around, and it's true because a lot of my favorite ones are already gone, and now it's like Pasadena, the only thing that we really have that's old is really just like the Town Square Mall, and even at that now it's like empty because I think now they actually finalized that they're probably going to demolish it.
No way.
Yo, when they demolished that, what was that, a bank?
Yeah, the bank. See, I was there that morning. I was like keeping up with that. I like wanted to document that too, so I was there for that.
They're thinking about taking down Pasadena Mall.
Yeah, I believe so. I think either they finalized that or they're like now completely repurposing that land for something else. But right now it's like completely empty. I haven't been there since they announced it, so I don't know if the mall's still active, if they still got stores in there. But there was really nothing left when I had last went in there. There was probably like top 10, like 10 stores or less.
Yeah.
Damn. I'd go in there and buy lokes and shit.
Where's the exclusive Elements at?
Almeida Mall.
Oh, Almeida Mall. Oh, okay.
They used to be in. I don't know if I'm mistaken if it's the same spot. Nah, maybe not. Yeah, if they were in Pasadena Mall.
I don't know.
Dang, I used to go to Pasadena Mall like all the time.
It was at Pasadena Mall. Terry used to work at Pasadena Mall at the Foot Locker. And then wasn't Premier Select? No, I'm tripping. No, Premier Select was Woodlands, and then they have the Baybrook.
Yeah.
Yeah, so never mind.
Damn, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, that is because, I mean, I don't know. That was a good part of my childhood. So, I mean, things come and go, so it can't really be held up on the fact that it's not going to be around longer. But, I mean, yeah, it's a part of Pasadena. So now we have, like, one less thing to kind of, like, tell people this is what Pasadena is. Like, because, I felt like that was, like, the highlight of Pasadena back in the day. Like, oh, yeah, we got the mall. Like, that's it. But now we don't really have anything besides, like, everyday stores.
But you know what though? Like I feel like Fairmont is growing a lot.
Oh yeah, it's popping.
I love driving there.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, me too. It's like literally straight down from here.
I always wonder. I'm like, man, how is Fairmont to other people that don't live right next to it? Because I live like that's like the second street away from me, the biggest street. So I'm just like, I wonder how it is for people that. I mean, you guys. I mean,
we're down the street.
Yeah, but it is a kind of a drive for us. Like, but it's like sometimes she'll be like, let's go to Walmart, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna go to the Walmart on Fairmont because I don't want to. We have one down the street, like on the feeder, and I'm like, nah, fuck that one. I want to go to the Fairmont one. Yeah. It just feels like
safe. You know, because
cleaner and shit.
I would go to the HEB to go grocery shopping, and I feel so safe just going by myself.
HEB, do a U-turn, get canes. Raising Cane's on the way back.
What about Fiesta? Y'all don't go to Fiesta?
This one?
It's Fiesta, right? Right.
Yeah, there's a Fiesta right here.
I've gone for like emergency stuff.
Yeah.
But when I've gone, like I'm always like watching my back. I'm not even kidding. Like I'm always scared. And then when
you've been going to the Wingstop.
When we go to, I've probably gotten down like once or twice. But other than that, él se baja.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been crazy because they've been doing the like shootings and shit at the Borrego food truck.
But I mean, it's Edgebrook. So.
Every time I see something get posted about Borrego, like it's always funny because it's like not funny because it's sad that people are shooting and there's violence, but it's always some like big episode. Everybody in the city ends up like finding out about it quick and spreading. Like it's like a novela episode and everybody's just onto it. Like I remember, I don't know if you guys remember, it was like a long time ago. I think it was a video that surfaced of like somebody fighting at Borrego and they had like stuck their hand through like the glass window door to walk in because I guess they were trying to fight somebody inside, and then that's how I ended up finding out about Borrego because I didn't know about it before. Like that was the way I found out.
Have you tried them?
Oh yeah, I've been there a lot of times. I think my original spot before that was Jalapeno.
Oh my god, me too.
So like it went from that. It might have been another one before that, but it was definitely jalapeno, and then we.
But you know which one was for me? Jalapeno on Harrisburg.
On Harrisburg?
Is that the one where you're getting piratas?
Yeah, that was the original to me.
There's this one. There was a spot on Harrisburg.
Oh my god! Don't tell me the one by the washateria.
Man, I don't remember where it's at, but it was called. They made nothing but gorditas.
Oh no!
It was a black truck. And then they had like a alacran on it.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
It must have been next to like the market. I think I don't really know, but that was the only truck I've ever been to over there.
Yeah, because the Harrisburg, I used to go to Jalapeno, like the one next to Family Dollar.
Yeah.
Man, I used to get the piratas so good. And then I'm getting hungry. And then there's this other one that's been there for years. It's another taco truck next to the washateria. I never know the name, but their tacos are so good to me, right? Mm-hmm. But I ordered like a specific custom order of my tacos from that specific location.
What, verdura on the side?
No, it's just like tortilla de harina, fajita, queso fresco, aguacate, cilantro.
My parents just took me over there to a pupusa spot. Supposedly it's like a really good pupusa spot.
Which one?
I don't know the name of it, but
in Harrisburg or in Magnolia?
In Magnolia, but I don't know what street it must have been. Because there's like...
Is it by Austin, Austin High School? Or on Harrisburg?
It's kind of like some of the first restaurants you run into when you're coming from like Pasadena. So, I don't...
Oh, off of 225?
Yeah, off of 225. So once you get into the neighborhood...
Okay, so I feel like if you get off of 225, get on Broadway, and then get onto Harrisburg, it's probably La Holoculta. It's like next to, like on a shopping strip.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
tiny.
Yeah, tiny shopping strip. Yeah. We just went to that one, and then they took me to a refresqueria that was like, I guess down the street too. It's like super cheap or something.
I want to say I don't think there's one.
There's one on Harrisburg, and I felt like we did a photo shoot one time.
The one in front of it. Was it in front?
I think it might be across the street or something.
Oh, okay, yeah. We've been there like once, I think.
It was like super popular when we showed up, but my dad had told me it's because. They have really cheap prices or something.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think the spots in Magnolia are probably like cheaper than if you go here.
Oh yeah. It's super taxed, especially being on Edgebrook. I feel like they know what's up because like everybody comes over here to eat tacos and get whatever they need, and they tax. Like that's kind of I feel like one of the reasons why I don't really come to Edgebrook that much because I used to come get tacos, and then a lot of taco trucks started popping up in Pasadena. So I'm like, let me just try these like mom and pop ones and see what's going down. And a lot of them did fail me, but then there was this one that stuck to me that was like just down the street. So I'm like, I'm probably not going back to Edgewick for some tacos. Like,
which one is it? Shout them out.
Man, I don't know the name of it, but it's on Shaver. Not Shaver. Preston and Vista. It's like at I think it's a Texaco. I mean, they deliver good food, and it's nothing I can't complain. Like, I can't complain about the food.
He's giving us the wrong address, so we don't pull up.
Now, the one we want to try is the $1 tacos right here. Next to South Houston.
Oh my God, yes, they're like popping on TikTok. Like
they're big on TikTok. I was like, what the fuck? Because there's always a long ass line.
Yeah,
it's Fresqueria South Houston or something like that.
And they do the trompo shit.
Yeah, tacos de trompo.
Oh, you know what? There's this restaurant. Don't know the name of it either, but it's over here by South Houston. It's man, like it's kind of in between like where Food Town. Like as soon as you pass Food Town, there's like a shopping strip.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God! Don't tell me it's the one that's like in the shopping strip and it's like in the corner.
Yeah, it's in the corner, and then they have trompo también, and then they're just cutting
That's on Miguel's strip.
Oh, right there.
Right there, yeah. His cousin just opened a barber's salon right there.
Right
like
there?
on that shopping.
Oh, they're
strip.
the ones in the corner.
Yeah, it's the one you said that they were good and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, my dad's taking me there, and they make pretty good food. So we went like twice, and I really can't complain about it. It's a little bit greasy, but
yeah.
I'm gonna miss tacos.
Yeah, I feel like I've gotten into that mode where it's like, man, I'm not gonna wait around for like tacos that I could probably just get down the street. So somewhere else where it's not popping like this. So
yeah, I like going to the one right here in Edgebrook, the green one, because it's a drive-through, so I don't have to even get off. And Taco Madre, and I can just pay with card.
Is that the one with the big ass green bus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they closed the bus down. Now they opened the little
restaurant.
The restaurant, yeah.
Because it used to be the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think we used to go there often, but a lot of my friends would always like gas that place up. They're like, yeah, we gotta go. And I think I ended up going to it once, like after a party, and I was like,
I feel like when people like hype it up, and then you try it and it's like you're expecting like this, but in reality it's just fucking tacos, like you know.
Yeah.
Most of the time they hype it up because everybody else hypes it up or some shit.
Yeah.
But if you just go, like we went to, I had never been to Taco Madre until recently, and then when we got it, I was like, oh shit, it's pretty good.
Yeah, to me they all taste the same, honestly. Mm-hmm. And I think I judge it based off how greasy it could be.
Yeah.
If it's like greasy, it's like it's not that good for me. But
yeah, hey, but she's a pupusa plug, bro.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
You cook them up?
Yeah, I just made my own recently. I'm pretty proud of myself.
She's Salvadorian.
I'm so yeah.
Okay.
So my mom sells them like, and she lives in Pasadena.
Yeah.
So I'll be posting it if you ever want some.
Yeah, they're always taking orders and stuff. So
they're like, I want to say they are the best because let me tell you why. My grandma showed my mom how to make them, and my grandma does the chicharrón like from scratch. Mm-hmm. So she like does the lo muelen and then they prep it and then, you know, and a lot of restaurants, what they do is they buy the chicharrón prepped already. Mm-hmm. So it's not the same. And then the cheese is different. So you just got to try it.
I think there's this one spot like in Pasadena, but it stinks. Like it's good, but it stinks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think they got something going on with their like drainage system or something.
It's weird because I mean, I love like Salvadorian food, but a lot of the restaurants stink.
Yeah, it smells like drainage, and you're like,
yes,
man, what
it's
the
weird.
fuck is going on in
It's
here?
weird. Yeah, that's why I was asking.
It's not how when you get home and you smell like that, right?
Well, I smell like pupusas, not
it's
drainage.
because they smell like pupusas. Like she'll take our son with her, and then they come back and they're both just like.
But it's like because we smell like pupusas.
But it's never like a drainage.
No,
it's
but
like,
the restaurant.
So I don't know what y'all talking about.
No,
so.
yeah, it stinks because the one on Harrisburg, the one you went to, it didn't stink for you.
Nah, that one was actually kind of clean.
Yeah, because when I've gone there, I feel like it stunk.
Damn, I mean, unless we're talking about two different spots, but
no, I mean it's just like I just know, you know. And there's another one that I've gone to that is also like in that area, and it didn't stink as much, but I know like what you're talking about, like.
Yeah, the one I'm talking about is on like, it's on Shaver, and it just stinks. Like, you're just in there like, damn, I'm really paying for this shit. Like, but I'm like, I might as well get it because who knows.
Wait,
what the fuck
so do you
else.
like plátanos fritos or you just go
Hell
for
yeah.
You
hell
do?
Yeah. You know what? Last time I ordered it, because I wanted to get it for my family, for them to eat it, because I feel like they don't really order nothing besides like the basic shit. So I was not saying that isn't.
No, yeah.
Just to have something else. And it came with like sour cream or cream or crema.
And frijoles.
And I was kind of like, wait, hold up. I didn't know this is what the fuck it came with. So I felt a little bit like, are you supposed to dip the plátano in the crema?
So
or how
you
does
know
that
what
work?
I do? I mix my crema and frijoles together so I don't double dip on either. And
okay.
I put the frijoles, like if they're like more licuados, then I'll put it with the crema, and then like I just literally like mix it, so my frijoles turn into like this super soft brown color because they have crema, and then I'm just like dipping the what you call it, the platanos in there. It's so bomb.
I don't know. I tried it, and I just wasn't feeling it. I'll fuck around and put platano with beans, but I don't know about the.
Well,
crema.
you know, it depends too what type of crema they use. I don't like crema by itself, you know, so I always mix it like with the platanos.
Yeah, no, I love Salvadorian. Yeah, Salvadorian food. I think we just got a Salvadorian truck like down the street from where I live. I've yet to go try it. I mean, I pulled up, I looked at the menu, and I was just like, I don't know, the pictures weren't like grabbing me in.
But it's always the pictures that kind of like turn you away, though.
Yeah,
right?
I'm like, damn, I don't know about this. And nobody was there too, so I'm like, I don't know what the vibe is to buy something or not. So I was just like, I'm gonna just stay away. Especially because lately I feel like I've been trying to avoid any food that makes me feel like just like shit,
like bloated afterwards.
Yeah, I'm just like trying to be careful because I feel like I've had like run-ins in this past year where I ate something and I got like what's it called? Food poisoning. Yeah. So I was just like, man, I don't want to run into that ever again because it feels food poisoning. I swear, probably feels like COVID. Y'all had COVID?
I've never had COVID.
I've never got tested for COVID.
He never got tested.
Well, see, if you have COVID, I mean, that's the best way I could explain it. It's like bad food poisoning because you know you just like hurting. You're like, like
your body aches when you get food poisoning.
I think so. I don't really recall, but yeah, I mean, I don't feel good. I just feel like complete shit, like energy deprived, like sweating and like, but yeah.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
We were talking about a lot of food, but we're ready to talk about what you do.
Yeah.
Tell us. We got distracted with too much food. Now I'm starving.
I had one more question though.
Oh, okay.
Because
about food?
Yeah, about food.
Dang, you fat, babe.
Well, it's because
I'm just playing.
Because there was Mexican food, Salvadorian food, and then what's the other one? The troca that we go to.
I was gonna talk about it too. Hondureños.
Have you?
Hondureña. Have you ever tried it?
No, I don't think so. I want to say I haven't.
Okay, so if you want to try it, there's this like little bus.
It's on the way to South Houston.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's blue. And it's like blue and white, right? And when you go there, ask for pollo con tajadas. Mm-hmm. It's so fucking good.
I feel like, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, y'all are gassing it up. Y'all are saying that it's good.
Okay.
So if it is good, then definitely I'll give it a try. But I feel like, I don't know.
Okay, because...
Let me explain what it is. Explain it from your point of view because you're Mexican.
Okay. All right. From my point of view, because she's the one that's introduced me to all this food, right? Because I've only known like tacos and all this Mexican
yeah, because I probably would hype it up because that's one of my favorite dishes. So I'll let him do it.
So yeah, so she introduced me to Salvadorian food and everything, and then one day she was like, "Oh, you should try this. It's comida hondureña or whatever," and it was pollo con tajadas, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, "What's that?" Right? And then I think it was like at a family party or some shit. I don't know what it was.
My mom.
And then so it's pretty much chicken and it's fried chicken, and then it has like, from my point of view, right? I don't know. It has like this sauce on it over it, like, and so it's kind of like, it makes it kind of crunchy, soggy, and then te lo dan with plátanos fritos.
No,
it's like,
so it's not okay. So plátanos fritos is what you eat.
Okay,
yeah,
the sweet ones.
They're like tostadas and shit. Like,
but
they're like
the tajadas are made out of the green bananas.
But they're toasty. They're like kind of hard.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's almost like fries, you know?
Oh yeah. It's like tasteless, right? No tiene
sabor.
Yeah. Okay. But man, dude, like.
But mixing everything together.
Yeah. So then yeah, she gave me like the chicken and then the plátanos, and bro, I don't know, they're fucking good, bro. Good, so that's the first time I ever tried them, and then she was like, "Oh, there's this truck that sells it, right?" So then we went and picked some up, and then when I tried them, I was like, "Hell yeah, this is the shit right here."
You can make it in different ways. My mom makes it with like this red sauce, and then they make it with like this creamy.
Oh, it is creamy.
It's like a creamy sauce, you know. But the way they make it is the real Honduran way.
Yeah.
You know, so basic. And then if you like curtido, it comes with that, but it's not the same curtido that you use for pupusas.
Okay.
And then they have the purple onions, I think it is. So it's like all mixed in. But I order it without the onions But if you want to give it a try and you like onions.
I don't know. I love onions. When people say they don't like onions, I'm like...
No, I like onions, but just not with that dish.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
But it's a really good thing. But if you're not a person that likes soggy food, I wouldn't get it. Because the cream and the juice, the sauce that they use makes the chicken a little bit soggy. And the tajadas are normally at the bottom. So some of them are soggy and some of them are crunchy.
But they're fucking good, bro. Like... I don't ever like hype food up like that, but I mean
it's only like what $11 or $12,
yeah.
And then if they tell you quieres la pierna o la pechuga, get the pechuga.
Okay, but because I don't know, I just feel like that'd be like pushing it. Like I'd be like, man, I'm doing too much trying to just like try something new. I'll probably just
but then I don't ever go out of my way to try some new shit. It's either like honestly, if we ever like chill after this shit, like we might pull up with some like fucking pollo con tajadas. Like that's how I would try it. Like if somebody else has it already. That's when I'll try it.
Yeah. Not that like he's not one to go buy it himself.
I'm not gonna go out the way and go get it like that.
I'm not like that either. So
no, yeah,
it's all good.
So I introduced it to him, but I bought it one time because my sister's like, "Oh, this spot's good." I'm like, "All right, let's try it." So I tried it, but enough about food. All
right. So let's talk about what you do. How'd you get started in photography or?
I think it was just like my group of friends that were like shooting at the time. I had picked it up because. I was kind of just like, I really don't know. I was just watching a lot of YouTube at the time. I used to kick it around. My friends that used to drive, just drop trucks and like were into cars and shit. And I was like, you know what? We were watching a lot of YouTubers that were just doing everyday vlogs and shit. I'm like, yo, let me start picking up on that. And I got a new phone. I think at the time it was like an iPhone 6 Plus. And I just started using that to like take pictures and photos and just like really more memory based, like, shooting, just taking pictures to kind of just laugh about it later.
Yeah.
And then after time, I had met this girl and she had a camera and then, she started letting me borrow it. And then after that, just like started seeing a lot of like locals, friends of friends that were shooting too. And I'm like, yo, like, honestly, I'd like to see if I could get like to be better than them, not on some like shit on them, but I'm saying like, I'd like to get to where they're at in their style so I could bring that and do that with my people. So then I just started doing that. And, it just kind of spiraled after a while, probably a couple of years, because I had ended up going to college and kind of didn't want to pick up the camera like that. But then I was in school and I was at work in college, and then I was like, man, I don't know. I'd like to get back into shooting photos again. And just one day I had went to ASAP Rocky. I think it was like it was my first, I forget what is it. It was just ASAP Mob in general. Mm-hmm. And one of my friend Jason, we were just chilling at the crib, and he always wants to do something. So he was just like, yo, let's just get some last minute tickets. Let's go. And I'm like, damn, I just bought a film camera. Like, it'd be a good opportunity to go take some pictures. So I went, took some pictures, and then I met this guy named Zulu in the crowd, and I just thought he was fly. And I hadn't seen him around Houston before, so I was just like, damn, let me hit him up later on and see if he wants to shoot. But we never got around to nothing. And then I think he ended up posting on his Instagram one day, like, yo, looking for photographers, whatever. Assistants. And I'm just like, yo, if you need a photographer, like, I'll pull up. He's like, all right. He's like, we're gonna be shooting with, at the time it was like Rap A Lot New Wave, which is like the younger generation of Rap A Lot. It was like under Baby J, which is the youngest son of Jay Prince. So then that's kind of how I got my start, I guess, in the hip hop world, was through that opportunity right there. And then after that, it just kind of I started just like kind of just finding my way to move up, because I didn't want to shoot the people I was shooting at the time because it wasn't kind of benefiting me. I was just being around them, spending a lot of time in the studio, like just really not moving up. So I'm just like, let me start shooting what I want to shoot. And I just started shooting. Like anytime we would run into artists, like I would just kind of start building my portfolio and getting headshots. And then, it was just like every other night we were running into somebody like popping at the time. And I don't know, I just started becoming like, I think it was just like word was just getting around, like, yo, Abiel could shoot this, that, whatever, let's get him to pull up with us. And then after that, after a while of that, I mean, like a year or 2 years, because I took a long break too, because I was kind of like not seeing it go anywhere. I had gotten a call back about just doing like a favor for somebody. And then that favor ended up being like, I went to a club, met my homie Mosa, he's an artist, but he's an artist of Jazz Prince. And then after that, when I got with Jazz, after shooting with them for a little while, then we started shooting with like a lot of bigger artists, you know, like, I mean, you name it, Drake being the number one out of all of that. But that's just kind of how I got a lot of opportunities, just kind of just really just doing my job. Like,
yeah.
And
no. I was cause while you're talking about this, I'm thinking like, cause I don't know if were you around when they were doing the whole like, a bunch of photographers would get together in downtown and shit and then do all the shoots. Were you ever a part of that?
I'm glad you hit on that because I had just kind of skipped over that. I didn't mean to, but
yeah.
That was so sometime right after college and work, and when I wanted to get back into it before I met Zulu. I had met a collection of homies in Pasadena, Louis and Joe. They still do photography now. And we were just getting together, and like we had a lot of friends that were hip and they wanted to model and this and that. And then we just like started getting together here in Pasadena. And then after that, if I can recall who threw the big like Houston show back in the day, I think it was Luda the shooter.
And his girl, right?
And his girl Angie, yeah. And they threw that big event. I don't recall how it went down, but you know, that group of people over there threw it. And we were going out there just trying to like, you know, link with everybody, but you know, it kind of just didn't work. Everybody was always like really like always, I wouldn't say against each other, but there was like pockets of people that were like against other like groups and whatnot. And after a while we started digging into like the whole skyscraper shooting on the skyscrapers and doing like shoots on top of buildings and shit, and going into bandos and whatever. But after that, for a while, to me, it just burnt out because I'm like, don't get me wrong, I love like documenting the city and like getting good qualities of pictures of buildings, but I was just like, this isn't really like what I want to do. Yeah,
because I feel like I had started like a photography page too and shit, like on Instagram. I was doing photography and shit, and then that's when I saw all that. Like I feel like it was a big wave of just like meeting up and all these meetups and shit, and I was never a part of it. I always felt like I was missing out, you know. But at the same time, every time they would have them, it's just like, well, they're just shooting each other. They're not really shooting like anything crazy to kind of like elevate them.
Yeah.
You know? And, but then at the same time, I would feel like, I don't know, like some people were clicking up and then they weren't like fucking with each other really. Like, I feel like they were just.
Channel Purple said that too.
She did? She did mention that.
She's the one who told me. That's how I knew that the photographers were doing the meetups.
Yeah.
Because she mentioned it. And she said that
you know Channel Purple?
Yeah, I love Jess.
Yeah.
Well, she told us about that and how that was going on, and then it just like
it was I mean it wasn't a weird time at the time. It was like really normal, but looking back at it now, it's just like damn, that felt kind of like, you know, it just happened for a reason. We were all just kind of just trying to figure it out because nobody has like any real like knowledge on what art really kind of was to like the youth. Yeah. Then it was just kind of like everybody was just kind of winging it, making shit happen.
Yeah, because there was no guidance really.
Yeah.
At least not in Houston.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, we were kind of looking out. I mean, at least in my perspective, looking at other artists in other cities that were hitting it off and like kind of bringing that into like our work here in Houston to kind of get our own like thing going on. And I mean, for some of us it worked. Some people gave up really early, and a lot of us are still out here doing that. So it's like it's cool seeing the group of people that we came up with still around shooting or starting to get their own groove of like who they really are going to be as a creative, you know? So yeah, that's history for sure. But you didn't miss out, bro. You didn't miss out on nothing because trust me, it was a whole lot of just like standing on buildings, like posting with cars and like nothing like cool, bro.
Yeah, because now I'm seeing a bunch of photographers that are just posting like some badass shit. Like it's portrait work and cars and shit. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure you shoot with like with Ellie Dollar and shit, you know, and all them like shoots like that. Like they always like look just dope to me, you know. So I see like that. I feel like everything's going that way now, and kind of like capturing the culture of Houston a little bit, like the slabs and all that shit. Like I feel like I kind of gravitate towards that than like the whole building, like Houston, the city's.
The documenting
all that shit, But I was gonna ask you too. So you talking about like who you shot for and everything, like kind of takes me back to like how many followers on Instagram do you have?
Right now, I think 7,000, somewhere like mid 7,000.
Yeah, because I feel like I mean, you know how if a lot of people see if like your Instagram has a shitload of followers, that means like you're successful and shit. Like you're under 10K and then you're shooting for all these people. So
I know you have like pictures of Drake, like, and I don't understand how you're still at 7K.
Yeah. It's I think it has a lot to do with just like getting credited for that work. Sometimes, you know, it doesn't make it. Like, I don't think Drake has ever posted a picture of mine, so maybe I just haven't gotten that, like.
But that's normal.
Yeah, it's normal.
And it's not something that you're like trying to get, you know. But it's like
if it happens, it's like a bonus, you know. But I think more so, I think it's like I'm doing it for the people I grew up with, because like we all. I mean, I don't know if you guys grew up on Drake heavy like that too. When he first started coming out, I don't know. It's just like every time I shoot with an artist, my like vision and like the way I kind of like get the gears rolling to get that shot is because I'm thinking like, damn, let me get this shot because I know so and so's gonna like it. Like a friend of mine that I really love, or a group of people that I really love is gonna enjoy that photo, or that I got that opportunity. So I think about it like that. Of course, I think about it as in they're gonna give me good exposure. It might give me my next job, you know. So I think about it like that too. But realistically, it's because I'm doing it for a certain individual that I know that like. They're
gonna enjoy it.
Enjoy that photo, you know, because I mean, obviously Drake is like a huge majority of us like listen to that growing up. So I'm kind of doing it for a good amount of us.
People, yeah.
But you know, specific artists, like even if I don't really like look forward to shooting them or whatever, still I'm just like, damn, there's this one person in my life that I know who rocks with them, and I got to do it for them. You know, I got to pull up and get that shot.
And are these jobs like, are they like paid for you or not all the time?
Nah. So I think that's a lot of things that artists, or at least like here in Houston, that people think that I'm always getting constantly paid, and it's really per project. You know, if it's a project, like if it's something like somebody reached out, a company reached out, and they want to work and create something, then obviously there's pay involved. But a lot of the times that you see me out shooting with these big artists, it's kind of just more so like, especially being around Rap Light, it's always been kind of like a family bond. Like I've been around with them for a long while, so it's just like pull up, like, you know, it's not nothing where it's a job or anything. And I'm glad it's like that, because I feel like I'd be stressing out probably a little bit more or whatever. But luckily I just have that good friendship with everybody over there, and it just works out smooth.
But it also helps you. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
It also helps you build your like portfolio, right?
Yeah. So that's why I'm thankful for the opportunity, is because. Like, obviously, they open the door, and I do my thing, and then, you know, I get gigs, and I just get all these opportunities. So that's, like, I guess it's a fair share, you know? But, you know, a lot of people will look and view it and be like, damn, bro, like, you should be getting paid. And I totally understand that, and I wish I was, like, with everything I'm involved. But, you know, there's times where you'll do free work, and then sometimes you do paid work. So, you know, I don't trip about it too much. But, yeah, I mean, it's still a struggle, you know, trying to figure this shit out.
Yeah, it's the same shit with design, because I mostly do graphic design now, and I feel like I mean I've designed for big artists too and shit, and a lot of the times they haven't paid me, you know. But I mean, it's just like being able to be like, oh yeah, I've done design work for this person and that person, and it's like it's under your belt kind of now, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, it does help you with future projects or trying to get like the next one.
But I also feel like it's like that just in the creative world.
Yeah,
it's like that.
Especially, I feel like here in Houston, where we don't really have like a strong background for a lot of like artists to understand how to get paid. You know, like you gotta.
Yeah, there's no like rule you follow.
Yeah, exactly. Know? And I mean, even me, like, especially being from like a Hispanic family, like obviously you're taught to like work hard. So it's like, man, I don't know. I can't go to my parents and ask them like, yo, how do I like.
How much do I charge?
Yeah, how much do I charge, or what do I tell this company how much I should be getting paid? And you know, they don't know little things like that. So, yeah, it's just all about winging it. And then until you figure out what your price is, like, and I think it just comes from within. Like, yo, this is really what I'm worth, and this is what I'm feeling. This is what I want to get paid. And if I'm not getting paid that, you know, lay off me and don't hit me back, or just move on. But
yeah. How did you come up with Film Foot?
You know, I don't know. I was just kind of laying in bed, and then I was rolling with my full name as my ad, which was horrible because it was Aviela Saúl Garcia. So I was just like, damn, like people are probably not gonna fucking remember that. And I'm like, you know what? At the time, I was starting to, you know, just shoot a lot of artists. I'm like, man, I want something where at least it benefits me in the sense of like people are gonna remember my name quick. So I was just like, let me just come up with something bullshit, like nothing too serious, but something that's like quick and catchy. And yeah, I just came up with film foot, and I just think it's equal because it's like 4 letters in each word. So I don't know how that really worked out. I think a friend of mine explained it like it was random, and it wasn't from him though, but it was after the fact. He's just like, I think I know why you chose film foot. It's because you're always, filming, and you're always on foot, like you're always like moving about.
That's what I was thinking.
So I was just like, damn. I mean, yeah, it's true. So I can't really complain about the name. Sometimes a lot of people will be like, yo, you got a foot fetish? Or like, so.
Well, I mean, my question is, if you didn't use it because you were always filming on your foot, why did you use the word foot?
I don't know. Just because it was just equal to film. But the thing is, sometimes I hate it because I was like, man, I wish I didn't include the film in the at name because it's like kind of cheesy. It's corny, because a lot of photographers, especially that shoot film, will put film or drag film to their at name, and I'm just like, damn, like I wish I never did that so long ago. But it just became so catchy after a while that it's just like, I guess it worked. Like, so I can't really complain.
Yeah, I mean, like I was telling you before we started recording, how like I was just addressing you as film foot. You know, I would tell her like, oh, film foot, we're gonna have them on and shit like that. But I think it's a catchy name. Like, it's chill. I fuck with it.
Yeah, it's nothing too.
I think it's catchy too. I don't think it's cheesy. I was wondering like what the foot part came from.
Yeah.
But then I was thinking, oh, maybe it's because he's always on foot.
But it's like Rollie Vogues too, like my name. Like it's just.
But that's your name, and then you added the Vogues because you like that.
It's not that I like it. I just like wanted to incorporate like Houston in it type shit.
Yeah, but the word is foot.
Yeah. That's the tricky part. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I was incorporating. I was just besides
laying
film.
Down, film, and looking at his feet. I should put foot.
Because I think I was looking at like different variations of like what would kind of go with film. I was starting to like put at names like in Spanish, and I don't know, just trying to come up with something that was like gonna be catchy, but nothing was hitting. And then I just gave up, and then I settled on that. So I was just like.
But I do think it's a catchy name. I don't think it's corny. I think it would have been corny if it would have. I mean, to each their own, right? I don't want to diss nobody like that has photography. Like
you're about to diss the whole community right now.
But I think it's like I don't know, like okay, like Julian's. Like I like his.
What is his?
It's
just director Julian.
Yeah, but that's simple.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like.
It's to me, it's like the more simple, the better.
I've seen a lot of like something shoots you or shot by boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think nothing's wrong with it, especially if you got the work to back it up.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you did have like a really unique ad name, te va más mejor because it's just like.
So do you know about his Mike?
Mike, broken Spanish.
No. Big camera
guy. HOU. To the left. All the way to the left.
All the way to the
left. That one. Big camera guy.
Yeah.
Nah, actually, I've never even seen that ad name.
Oh my God, you have to follow him. He's so hilarious.
Yeah.
What is he? He's
a photographer.
Photographer?
Yeah, here in Houston.
But he's such a big guy.
He shoots for Inaka Power. He shoots for. He's always on
like
tour with a group.
A group, and he does like this wrestler.
No, he's a boxer.
Or a boxer.
Yeah. He's always out, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
honestly.
Constantly traveling.
If you want to laugh every day in your life, follow him because he's so hilarious.
He just puts like daily, like funny daily shit.
Daily vlogs now.
He's doing daily vlogs, but it's just the way he talks.
He lost his AirPod in the desert and shit one time.
No, man.
And then he said that he's like, oh yeah, they did the alacrán. What is it in English?
Oh,
a scorpion?
The scorpion, when you fall and you do the scorpion? Like,
oh yeah,
where you curl like that.
Yeah.
He said that he was like in the crowd, like at a concert, and he's like, they scorpioned me or something, and he's like, and if you don't know what it is, and then he posted the picture.
Yeah.
And it was the guy all folded up. I was like,
shout out Mike, man. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's really funny.
Yeah, but shout out Mike too.
His name is like Big Camera Guy.
Yeah.
Like that's like a unique name in a way. Like he's known for that.
That boy's huge, man.
I think when it comes to names, as long as you're putting the work like first,
yeah,
the name don't really matter because eventually you could just go by your name because it's like social media is just social media. Like once you become somebody, I feel like people go by your name.
I know, like we're doing the toy drive, right? And then there is this girl, and she was following Roland, but I feel like people don't know that Vogues isn't our last name.
Mm-hmm.
But people think we're the Vogues.
Vogues. That's kind of hard. That's kind of hard though.
It's not our last name.
Yeah, that's how people refer to us, like, oh, the Vogue family or something.
But that's not our last name.
Yeah.
You know, but I put Vogues because he put Vogue. So since when we got married, I changed it to that.
Yeah.
And then my son, his profile is in private, just like for family or whatever, and like close friends. But his has the Vogues too.
Yeah.
Vogues, yeah.
So I feel like everybody thinks that's the last name.
That's kind of hard though. Like the Vogues family, I would rock with them. Nobody has that. Like at least for like, I don't know, maybe call your fans the Vogues fam, the Vogue
No,
fam.
I mean I like
know.
it too. That's why I changed it to that. You know, especially like working with at a school like with kids, like they'll fucking look you up.
Yeah.
And you know, so my name, my marriage, like I changed it to Morales. So my badge always says Evelin Morales, and they can see that. So when they look me up on Facebook, they can't find me because I don't have Morales on Facebook.
Okay.
I have my maiden last name with an additional letter to it, and then on Instagram they can't find me because I don't have my maiden or my real last name now. So they're always I've heard them like
eventually they'll find you.
Yeah,
kids are smart.
I know. I looked up myself like Evelin Morales.
First one on the list.
No, the one that comes up is my LinkedIn.
Okay.
But it's like
That's the
it
professional
doesn't
page.
say anything about Vogues or my maiden last name, so it doesn't really matter.
I feel like you end up, you know, and then you show up on like, mutual friends or because you follow this person.
Yeah.
And all this
No, I'm pretty
bullshit.
sure some of them have already found me, but I feel like the name Vogues just stuck, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's it. Like, we're the Vogues family.
Yeah,
know?
that's.
So it's like,
I think it's cool though.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to really worry about. I think
No,
it's flawed too. So
Hey, appreciate it. It's about to go off. You want to just do a quick break real quick?
okay, but
Alright. So I had two questions, right? About you like working with all these artists and stuff. So let me see. It's two questions. So the first question I'm gonna ask is when we're going through your Instagram and stuff, like for one, like I didn't know where to start, bro. Like you just have a lot of work on there, but I was going to like, you know how you have like your what are those called?
the highlights.
The highlights. So I was going through your highlights, right?
Yeah.
Bro, you have a shitload, but you don't talk.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Don't talk in any of them. So honestly, I was like, man, I wonder if he's like quiet. I wonder if like you're introverted.
Yeah, you know, now that you're saying that, like, I thought this was a good opportunity because I was like, man, that's crazy. I really don't talk too much, like, on my, like, social media appearance. Like, that's crazy because I feel like everybody that does know me knows that I do talk a lot.
I know, because you said when you showed up, you're like, oh, I talk a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, we're not going to have no issues.
Yeah. So when you said that, I was like, man, I don't know because you don't talk at all on social media, you know?
I think it's just, like, probably, like, a little bit of social anxiety. I don't want to, like, talk too much on IG or something and look like a fool. I already look like a fool just not saying shit. So
I mean,
No,
honestly,
I
I took it as aesthetics. Like I was like,
Yeah.
oh, you're just trying to like make your shit like look real dope.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I don't feel like I've ever like followed like a rule book. I think that's the
Yeah.
best thing that's happened to me because like at the beginning I felt like that you had to follow a rule book, like that you had to do what other people were doing that were popping.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, all I did was like grab little pieces from here and there, and then I was just me. So I don't know. I mean, I love like aesthetics like that look cool on my phone, like easily just on my story or whatever. But I have talked before, but I don't know. I'll just talk nonsense. I probably won't talk.
But you know what though? I feel like if you did do that, then you don't feel like you'll get more followers.
I mean, yeah. That's. I mean, the thing is, I feel like a lot of my followers that do fuck with me, I think they know who I am. Even if I don't speak too much, they know like where my heart's at. So they'll always like really, show love and support and really.
Yeah.
Or we'll get to know each other through messages or in person whenever we get a chance to see each other. But, yeah, I definitely would love to like, I guess put more voice.
Not that
to
we're
my
pressuring
image.
you, right?
Yeah,
to talk.
Yeah, it was just one of those things that I caught on to. I was like, damn.
But
That's a good.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like again, Mike, right? Like I like watch when I see his stories.
Yeah.
Like I literally click on it because I feel like he's gonna crack me up.
Yeah.
You know, because he does do talking. He does talk a lot. You know. But we also have like a friend. Like she's like an influencer, Jessica Lynn. She was our last episode. She's barely in that stage where she has like over 200K followers.
Yeah.
But she's barely in the stage, but she's a girl, so it's different, right?
Yeah.
Where she's barely talking to like her followers.
Her followers, yeah. Because I think, I was just I don't know what I was watching, but I was starting to realize that too. I'm like, man, some of these more famous or just like well-known individuals speak a lot to their audience, you know. And I'm like, damn, like eventually whenever I feel like I do hit that point where I do have to speak like to everybody, I have to start talking more to the camera, you know. And I mean, I'm fine with it. I feel like the whole thing with like a lot of photographers that everybody kind of looks up to, and it's totally fine because, you know, I get it, artists are like sometimes like secret or whatever. It's just that they're real like too discreet, like quiet, trying to be mysterious and shit. And I'm just like, man, I just want to be me. Like, I want to be me. I want to express like what I got going on in my life. You just
gotta take a shot and do it.
Yeah, I definitely trust me. Y'all see me on there. Y'all see me talking on there. I just maybe on my highlights no tengo like anything saved maybe where I'm speaking, but from time to time I'll get on there and probably either talk something nice or say something positive or talk shit.
No, like, so like your thing, like, which is crazy how you said that you didn't have like somebody that you followed like to make your Instagram kind of like theirs type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's either the person that has a shitload of posts that talk a lot, right? Or there's the mysterious ones that delete their shit all the time. So they'll have like 9 posts and like real like aesthetics type shit.
Yeah.
But then yours is like the quiet, like no hablas mucho, right? But then you have a shitload of content. And I'm like, damn, like, because recently, like, I follow a certain, like, I feel like I have people that I kind of want my IG to, like, kind of, like, mimic.
Yeah.
But they do, like, they don't talk a lot. But then I follow people that do talk a lot. So I'm just like, man, I want to talk on my shit, but then
still keep the vibe of like,
but I don't want to have too much content. But I'm like, man, but that's the whole shit. Like, social media is for content. Yeah. So I feel like you doing the way you're doing your social media is like perfect, bro, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything I need to probably change. You know, obviously just like as time goes on, there's like new shit that pops off that you have to get hip to just to stay relevant, you know, but I don't think you don't have to always stay with the times, or, you know, you just have to be you. Because there's some of like the most famous people that you look up to that they don't fuck with social media. They don't like talking. They don't like doing this, that, but they're really honest people.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, I don't know, I done met some of my heroes and they were like the worst people ever. And I'm just like, damn, I thought you were one way just through social media, and then I met you and you're just...
Yeah. Isn't that a thing, though? Like, not to meet your heroes?
Yeah, it's happened to me a lot of times. Like, I done met some of my heroes where I'm like, dude, I was like nervous, like, you know, and then I met him and I'm like, damn. But then maybe that happens because, you know, you're so excited to meet somebody, and when you're excited, at least at that level, you know, them probably being famous or just well known, you know, you kind of scare them away initially because they could already see it in you. Like, you.
I feel like it depends on the setting too. So it's like, let's say it's like a meet and greet type vibe. It's like now you're just one of the ones that are trying to meet them. Yeah. But if it's like you're in the studio with them or something, like you're just in that group setting, then it's just more chill.
Yeah. And how do you feel about, because you just touched on it, like, you know, how times change, so you have to keep up with it to stay like relevant. Yeah. Like, how do you feel about that? I hate that. Like on a personal level. Cómodo. Because like, okay, like how we were talking about like the gym outfits, right? I hate that they made it into like a fashion thing now.
Oh yeah. Like the Gymshark.
Yeah. Or like the new brands like
Inaka and all them.
Yeah, I hate it that it's like, oh, now you gotta go so fucking dressed up at the gym.
Yeah, but you know, but now like wife beaters are in though. Like
just keeping it simple.
Yeah. Now like it's like for girls it's like the sets, like the leggings with the,
and it's just like it's like
but it's cool. I fuck with it.
No, yeah, it's cool. It looks nice, you know. But I just hate that it's becoming like a fashion thing. Not more like, oh, you're going for a fucking workout to go sweat your ass
but
off.
It's cool. I like it.
I think it's just because
no, but go ahead.
Oh my bad, but no. I was just gonna say, I think it's just because it's just a whole culture to it now. You know, it's just like people that is people's jobs too now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they have to bring the appearance, and then on top of that, it's like a lot of them are starting to get paid for doing what they love, which is working out and shit. So obviously, it's like they have to support brands that are popping. You know, so
like our friend like Jessica Lynn, she does that. Like that's what we were talking about that, but that's just an example. Like you know, that's changing. So I feel like. Oh, I mean, to me, it's like I'm okay using biker shorts and a t-shirt and like my sports bra under. Like that's fine with me, you know. But I do feel like it's becoming like a fashion thing, you know.
Yeah. But see, I think that's like how this world moves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you like, obviously, if you're, you know, moving up in the world and working out and getting paid for it, obviously you're gonna be the ones that is putting people on.
Yeah.
And then the people that don't really take this that serious want to be that person they're looking up to. So it's just how the world works. You know, it's
and
like
then having to post like on a daily to stay like relevant on social media.
It's a pain. Yeah,
I'm just like, oh,
but
why?
but also I think that comes down to your fan base too. Because if you got a fan base that really like just fucks with you at any level, like if you've been gone for a while, or you know haven't posted nothing, I mean you could come back and just do whatever works for you. You don't really have to follow, like I said, follow the trends like that.
Yeah. I don't. I feel like I really don't. Like I try.
Yeah, you don't at all.
I honestly, like, my Instagram is not aesthetic at all. Like if you go to it, what I did do was I did take a lot of my son's pictures off because you know, like a lot of the weirdos. But other than that, like it's a mixture of my brand, the podcast, just personal pictures, and that's it.
Yeah. So do you put any thought behind your social media, or you don't have like a separate like photography page or anything?
Nah, hell no.
It's just all.
It's crazy because I've been running into a lot of people where, well, the conversation is usually like, yo, I think that people shouldn't be having 2 accounts. Like, and I think that's true. Like, it's kind of difficult to like manage your fan base to like go to both. You know what I'm saying? Like your personal and then your photography. Like, just keep it in one. You know, I get it. People are trying to like not mix both of them together, but it's like you're just making it more difficult for you to come up. You know what I'm saying? Because people follow people, even if, as a photographer or a creative, because they like you. You know, so they want to know who you are on a regular basis too. So just post whatever you know you got going on or whatever. But some people just want to be strictly work, and that's cool. But I'm not gonna gravitate towards somebody that's just strictly work. Like I want to know who you are, because eventually one day if I meet you, I'll at least know like, hey, like I like you because you're kind of on the same level I'm on, and that's why I fuck with you, and I've been supporting you ever since. But
yeah, because I seen that you posted the Mother's Day at your grandma's house.
Yeah,
those are good pictures.
You Mother's Day at my grandma's, or was it just on my story? Like,
no, it was on your. It was a post. You had like a picture of your grandma, and then like by herself, and then a picture of your grandpa.
Ah, okay, yeah, that was I think 2 years ago or a year ago. Yeah, I mean things like that. I think it's more.
Put me on blast.
No. I was just trying to think.
I was looking like to see like the pictures, and then I seen them, and I'm like, I wonder, because I saw that it was like your personal.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, oh, this is probably his family, you know, and I was wondering like kind of like wanted to see like the background a little bit, you know.
I think it's me just letting people know too, like my fan base. I'm like, yo, like post your family, like care about them as much as you do in real life, and bring them to like. So I know some people don't want to mix social media and their family and stuff like that, but I just like, I think it's like a message from me telling my audience like, yo, like appreciate them while you have them now, like document them or just take pictures with them, even if it's not like professional photography. Just do something to remember them, because like once they're gone and you didn't take those pictures or those memories, you know, they're gone forever. So that's just my way to do it. I mean, you know, and obviously actually pulling up and just being around them. But yeah, no, I love those. That's the main reason why I started this, was really just because I wanted to give something to my family that they would appreciate, like photos and whatnot. But you know, sometimes I feel like I'm kind of screwed off, because I'm like, dude, I'll like take pictures at family events, and they won't get those pictures for like a year later. Compared to like my clients and stuff, my clients will get that shit like the next morning. So it's just because, you know, I don't know. I just
you don't feel
the pressure.
Yeah. I don't feel the pressure, and then at the same time, like a lot of them aren't hip to like want to care about photos like that anyway. So I'm never in a rush. I really
like those pictures.
Thank you.
But you know how you say right now, like take the pictures. I've never been one to want to take pictures.
Yeah.
Like for families, I'm always like, ugh.
Yeah. You know, honestly, while you were saying that, I was thinking, right, and I was like,
okay, cut me off.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, before I lose my train of thought, right? So for Thanksgiving, I had that feeling.
Yeah.
Because it was such a good vibe with my family, right? Like my mom's side. So that's when I was like, let me take a picture with all my tias. And that's when I'm like, join me in the picture. And that's the reason why. Because I'm not one to be like, oh, let's take a picture. Like at all, right? And I don't even like taking pictures of myself, right? So I'm just like, nah. But that day I did feel like I'm going to take a picture today, like with my tias, you know. So we did that. He joined. And then I take a picture with my cousin Erica, which we hadn't taken a picture together by ourselves, just like for fun.
Yeah.
And years. And it made me feel good.
Yeah, I think those thoughts run through my head too. When I'm chilling at family events or just thinking, even at home, I'll be like, damn, next time like I hang out with my grandparents or my cousins or my tios or whatever, let me go ahead and take my camera to take more pictures of them. Because lately, you know, obviously I don't, especially being the camera guy, like I don't want to just be waving it in their face. But the thing is, like, I kind of want to walk into what my family was doing back in the day too, because they were walking around with big ass VHS cameras, you know, disposables, and like it just stopped at a point. But I think it's because people just started becoming like, yo, like it's too much. Like, you know, people are growing up. People are, you know, I think once your kids get to that age where they're like, just stop. Like, I don't want to take pictures. You know, the teenage years. I think that's when parents laid off of it because they're just like, damn, like it's over. They're not kids. They're not letting us just do whatever we want anymore. So I try to bring that back now, and just I just recently did, I guess, the last time me and my family got together, and I just recorded us and just took pictures and I was telling them too, I'm like, hey, I'm bringing it back. Like my tia Isis, she would always record us, like it was like a almost like a YouTube channel. Like she would record us on VHS, and like she's a puppeteer, so she would always have her puppet and like play with the kids and tell us like talk to us with the puppet, and it would actually look really cool on VHS. And eventually I'll post those videos because I think they're
maybe next year.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I don't know. Just trying to let people know, like, yo, don't be afraid to, like, you know, be around your family or post them, because I feel like my parents have got on to me a lot, especially when I was younger. Like, yo, like, where are you? You're always gone. You're always with your friends. Even though I come from being around my family all the time, like, I think we all hit that stage where we just want to be out. We just want to be with the homies. And now it's like, as an adult, I'm starting to realize, like, man, you know, a lot of my older family members are starting to get sick, and, you know, they're just getting to those ages. So I'm just trying to appreciate them as much as I can while I got them now, especially because I'm always on the road or whatever with this work. I don't know, just trying to find that balance.
Yeah. What were you going to say about the pictures?
No, I was going to say how, because of that conversation, I was thinking about, like, my grandpa and stuff. Rest in peace, right? But it's like, because when we went to Mexico and then we visited his tombstone with my grandma or whatever, I took a picture of that. But I'm like, damn, I never went out of my way to take a picture of him, you know? Yeah. But now that he's gone, like, I voy, like, on the fucking tombstone type shit. Yeah. It sucks. But then también, like, the type of pictures you're talking about, like, I see, like, everybody get together to take those are the type of pictures I don't like. And then, but, like, how my mom, bro, like, she's like, any event, I va, she's like, okay, mis niños, and then me and my brothers. Okay, ahora con las novias, las esposas, and then, okay, todos juntos, and I'm just like, man. Damn, like, But me, personally, I'm just like, fuck, you know? But then I let her do that because, I mean, they're for her, you know?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And Facebook, you know?
And her Facebook, yeah. Everybody on Facebook.
But the pictures that I like taking are, like,
the one you took, like, of Milo.
Just the candid pictures, yeah. Like, at the same Thanksgiving that she's talking about, I was recording, like, our son, you know, just, like, him dancing and shit. Like, I like shit like that porque it's shit that they don't even realize that they're getting pictures taken, videos taken. Yeah. And then I come out and show them, and they're just like, oh, what the fuck? Like, you know, those are the type of shit, type of, like, videos and memories that I mean,
I feel like the candid ones are always the best ones, you know? But, I mean, it's just, you have to have that, like, mentality to take the picture or take the initiative to do it, because, you know, a lot of the older minds are more like, everybody line up, let's take a picture.
Yeah,
you know?
Those are the ones that are like, damn.
I think we're all walking into, like, where eventually we're gonna walk into where, like, our parents are the life that they're living. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now we're probably like, nah, I don't want to take pictures, I want to do this. But, like, look at where your parents at right now, talking about, like, everybody get together. We're gonna end up walking into their shoes and being that parent. Like,
for sure. And then, all right, so now going back to, again, like, the second question I had, like, in the very beginning, in the environments that you're in, so, like, meeting all these artists and stuff, like, whether it's at the club and stuff like that, was your mom always like fuck, like, I don't want you to go to the clubs? Or did you ever feel like it was dangerous, or there's drugs and shit? Or
I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, that nightlife is just like, I mean, I think everybody knows what that nightlife brings. And I really don't try to be around it, especially now, like since I've done a couple years of it. And it's not something I wanted to do anyways, like being out like that. But it was getting me the opportunities. And then me just sticking my neck out and just, you know, thugging it out and just going through that, you know, got me those opportunities compared to a lot of people where they were like, yo, I'm not going to do that at all, which I respected. But obviously there's a difference because I got the opportunities that I did and they didn't. But now, you know, I feel like I've gone through a lot of that I don't really try to hurry up and be like, oh yeah, I'll pull up. Like, you know, I'm just like lay off of it. You know, I'm just like, just let me know whenever it's a more chill environment or an environment where it's like different than just being in like under lights, you know.
Yeah, I feel like in a way it's kind of like putting in the legwork or some shit, like going out like last minute, hey, we need you out here, and then you're running out there and shit. Like, I feel like now you're kind of established in a way, but you're still working.
Yeah.
But like you're kind of like, all right, like I got my foot in the door. Like, now I don't have to like
really, you know, be out there all the time. Yeah, definitely.
And do you live like off of this strictly, or do you have like a 9 to 5?
No. So ever since like COVID broke, like I think it was like December of 2019, I quit my job because I think I had COVID. This was before they announced it, right? So I was like really sick, and it took me a long time to recover, like probably a week and a half or something. And I was like, I had just gotten promoted to be a supervisor. I used to work for this oil company, and I just quit because I just couldn't come back. Like I was just super sick, and I even pulled up while I was sick, and I would leave like within like 15-30 minutes of being there, and I'm like, look, I'm telling y'all, like I'm really like dying. Like I don't know what's going on. I already went to the doctor. Even the doctor told me to take like 5 days off. Like they don't know. They think it's just like a severe flu or some shit. I don't remember, but yeah, it's been ever since then, and I just been living off of this, you know. And then obviously I think I was like living off of unemployment, you know, because it just worked out to be like that. So, and then on top of that, you know, with photography, so it worked out. But this year has been a struggle, and I think I could say that on behalf of like a lot of us. You know, it's just been a tough battle with just how everything's going on here in the United States. So I don't know. Yeah, lately I've been thinking about like maybe just getting something like I could do from home, you know, just to get a check, and then on top of that, still follow my dreams. Like I don't want to just shut it off completely, because then I know for a fact if I go get a job again, I'm just gonna be thinking about this, and then I'll just get back into it eventually. So I'd rather not. I just need to find something that works with my schedule,
like a remote job.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of my friends have remote jobs, and nothing's wrong with that, and nothing's wrong with having a job that you pull up to either. But definitely just trying to see how it could come up on some change, because, you know, being a creative is
not easy.
It's not easy at all. This shit is always up and down. Sometimes you'll be really good. You'll be like, damn, I really got this locked in. And then there'll be months where you're like, what the fuck happened? Like, you know?
I mean, that's not funny, but yeah, it is true.
And it has nothing to do with yourself. And I feel like sometimes people reflect inward and they're like, damn, I think I'm probably not outputting as much as I should, or maybe I did something wrong. Like, but nah, it's probably just the world, you know?
Yeah.
Or at least the world that you're living in, you know, and the people you're around. They probably just, you know, people don't want to pay up, or, you know, maybe there's just nothing popping. Like for a while, like for me in the hip hop scene, like here in Houston, like nothing was going on for a while. So I'm like, damn, like I really had nothing to really photograph. So then I would travel on my own, like with friends and shit. And even that, some of those photographs that I've taken of like a trip that I took with my friend Troy to Mexico City, those are some of my favorite photos I've ever taken. And it's just of our journey there. And that was it. As simple as that. Yeah. But they're just great memories. And I think a lot of people, you know, could look at it and be like, damn, those are really great images. Like sometimes even better than the shit that I'm taking with artists.
Yeah. Maybe because it's like an image that you're just doing just cause, not because you have like you're working for that, you know. So I'm assuming you don't have like a team then, right? No. And I've been thinking about it too. I think I was told this kind of like throughout this past year. A lot of people were reaching out to me like, yo, like I want to be a part of your team, or do you have a team? You know, I had a lot of like older homies that have been doing this for a while. They're like, yo, you need to get people together to start like, you know, helping you out, and I don't know, just push your brand more. So I don't know, I have all those things going on, but I'm just like so used to it. Not saying that I want to just continue being myself and just figuring out on my own. I'd definitely like to ask somebody to help me out, or I don't know, just especially on these big projects. But then at the end of the day, I feel like the community of Houston is so big, and I know so many people that do all sorts of work,
those are like, that is my team. You know, whenever I need them though. Like, you know, let's say a project reaches out to me, like, I think earlier this year, I did. When I was on tour with Druski, we had did a commercial for the gas station QT, and I was the director, and I had my friend Bryce pull a whole team together, like to just shoot the advertisement that they needed. And I think that's cool because it's just like I just made a phone call and just pieced the whole team together, and we just shot it. And the same thing, I did like this album cover shoot for Stunner for Vegas. I was a director, and I reached out to my friend Gio as a producer, got the whole team together. And I don't know. I mean, I think that's what...
Like, if you need it, it can happen.
Yeah. I don't think I need a team right now to handle, like, anything, like, big. Like, you know, like, for example, I think a good example would be, like, Lyrical Lemonade. Like, their brand is huge, and then you got Cole Bennett, like, running the whole thing. But I know he has a whole team behind him, like, helping out with whatever it may be, you know. So
but then he worked himself up to that shit, like, where, like, I feel like now he needs it, you know?
Of course.
Where before it was just like just him, you know.
And I mean, just whoever's there to offer themselves at the time. But eventually, if you could put people in position, like, to have a job with you, then that's when you could get a team together. So
with that being said, let's go on a quick break, right?
Yeah, this will be the last one, I think.
Yeah.
All right, so you mentioned Druski. So how did that like come up? Like,
I think how that came up was through my friend Neff. Neff is Don Tolliver's, like, full-time creative, friend. He does everything for Don Tolliver, you know, just documenting him. And I think Druski reached out to him and asked him, like, hey, would you like to come on tour with me? And he just couldn't because, you know, he's just working with Don T. So, yeah, Neff ended up reaching out to me, or he ended up, you know, telling Drew, like, hey, this is a great shooter in my city. You know, reach out to him. Maybe he's available. And that's how that worked out. And then, they just flew me out to, like, Vegas. I think we did just to, like, test me out. And then after that, we just kicked it off. They're really great people. I think his friends and just everybody around him is just, you know, it's just like a regular friend group. Everybody's, like, has their thing. Everybody's funny.
Yeah.
And but yeah, that's how that worked out.
Damn. So, cause what did, so whenever he was doing, like, the tour or whatever, like, what kind of tour was that? Like,
so we did 2 tours already. The first tour was the J. Cole tour. That was like arenas, full arenas, like, sold out shows. And Drew would open up for J. Cole. So it would be...
And do what, though? Like, just...
So he would do his skit. So he would do... Okay. Or not his skit. He would do his stand-up comedy.
Stand-up. Oh, okay.
And he would just perform it. And it was, like, through a window of, like... I think it was, like, 35 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that. And he would just go up there, just, you know, just, like, getting the people involved and make people laugh and pumped up. And then J. Cole would come out right after that. But that was for the J. Cole tour. And then after that, we did the Lil Baby tour, or Chris Brown tour. And they're same situation. Yeah. But I think he was a little bit further in front of the lineup this time. Okay. But yeah.
So you were just shooting him strictly?
Yeah, just shooting him strictly. I mean, whenever we got a chance to work with, you know, Chris Brown or Lil Baby or J. Cole, whatever, we would get those opportunities and shoot video, photos, stills, whatever. Yeah. Whatever he needs, you know, at the time.
So they don't tell you, like, oh, you can't use them, you can't take pictures?
In certain situations, yeah. I think that goes for, like, every situation, not just on tour. There's times where, you know, you can feel the vibe. Like, you can feel like, okay, right now it's not like people are watching you, like the security guards are on your ass. You know when it's time to, like, snap a picture. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or if the vibe's right, then you get it. But, you know, obviously, if they're around, like, I don't know, girls or whatever, or, like, you know, just people that shouldn't be in the image, and, you know, you kind of just got to chill till you wait and get the right look, you know, because you don't want to get anybody in trouble or, you know, just shoot something that you shouldn't be shooting.
And do you, like, I'm guessing you got the opportunity to meet, like, these artists while you were on tour, or you're just kind of in the background? Like,
sometimes I'm kind of in the background. Sometimes I do get to know them on some, like, you know, chop it up with them. I would say it's only been a handful of, like, artists, like, that I could think of that I really got to talk. And then again, I kind of forget because it's been so many. I don't know which ones I did, but people that had a good time speaking with would be like Anuel. I didn't think me and Anuel would have like a good like conversation. I actually never listened to Anuel before that. But then when he came to Houston and like linked up with my people, yeah, he was like really cool, really down to earth. And I'm like, damn, he was actually a cool ass guy. So then after that, I just started fucking with him. And then who else? Sway Lee, another great person. Sway Lee backed me up one time. His photographer, or I don't know if it was his photographer or what, but he was just upset that I was like in the same situation as him. And he was, I don't know what his situation was, but Sway Lee did stick up for me. He's like, yo, you know, like, hey, back up, bro. Like because he knew I was with the people that brought him there too. So he was just like, yo, he's family. Like, just chill out. But his photographer, I don't know what the hell was going on to him because he was like,
he was looking at you like.
Because it was Astroworld, right? And it was right at the end. Mike Dean was getting off the stage. Sway Lee, Sauce Walker was talking to Mike Dean, and then after that, Sway Lee came up and was talking to Mike Dean. I took a picture of them, and when I took that picture, I rubbed shoulders with his photographer. But you know, I was out of kindness. I'm like, let me move out the way. Let me just tell him I'm sorry. And then I did that, but he looked at me crazy, and I'm like, damn, what the hell? I'm like, all right, whatever. And then I saw another opportunity to take another picture of Sway Lee and Mike Dean. I did it, and then his photographer looks at me. He's like, yo, who you with? I'm like, the hell? Like, why are you checking me?
Yeah.
But I ain't even bother. I'm like, bro, what does it matter to you? Like, I'm not even in your way or nothing. He's like, nah, bro, you need to get out of here. I'm like, what the hell? Like, bro, who are you to tell me, like,
yeah, fuck that.
Like, dog, what's your problem? Like, I'm not even bringing no bad jujus or nothing here. And, but yeah, Sway Lee did stick up for me. And, like, even after we left the stage, we went to the back of the stage, same situation. I think he was like, oh, I seen another picture where Sway Lee had ran up to, like, fans. Like, a lot of fans, like, saw him back there. And they came up. And I wanted to take a picture of that moment. And when I did it, the dude checked me again. And he pulled me this time, like, on some, like, yo, I'm ready to, you know, get down with you. I'm like, damn. But then Sway Lee came up, and that's when he rushed us. And he's like, yo, chill. Like, chill out, bro. He's good. He's good. So, yeah, I got a lot of respect for artists that actually stick up for, you know, especially somebody just, like, he doesn't even really know. So, but, man, I don't know. Sometimes the coolest people be like, the artist's homies, you know? Like, somebody I really got a lot of respect for would be, like, Drake's homies, like, OVO Noel and OVO Mark. Super great guys, like, super cool. They're really, like, really some badass guys. Like, they've showed me respect ever since, like, I ever met them. And till this day, they always check in with me, and just every time is love. So, I don't know.
Did you meet Drake?
I've spoken to him like once, but it was kind of just like,
it was like a rush thing.
Nah, I mean, we've talked like on some, just like, you know, we just said what's up, and that was it. But I forgot one time we had like a simple conversation. Oh, I remember. It has something to do with his photographer. His name's Steel Scooger, and I didn't know. I hadn't seen him like pull up with him the last the couple times that I had seen Drake. I'm like, damn, like, you know, like, he must be, like, doing big projects or whatever. And so I just asked Drake, I'm like, yo, Dale Scrooger, like, ever come to Houston with you? He's like, yeah, but, like, he's just handling a lot of big projects now. And I'm like, okay. That was kind of, like, that's it. I mean, there's nothing really for me to talk to the man about. Like,
no, yeah.
I mean, it's just so much you want to say.
Yeah.
But you're just, like
it's just the time,
cool,
right? Like,
yeah.
it's just, like, yeah.
And it's just, like, I mean, that's, like, one of the biggest artists in the world. Like, it's, like,
yeah,
yo, everybody wants to.
But at least
fucking crazy.
It's crazy to say that you've actually even, like, said what's up, but like, not on, like, oh my god, like, in a meet and greet. It's just like, it was just like a chill thing.
Yeah,
like,
it was just a chill thing. And, you know, every time, like, we ever, like, link up with him, obviously it's just like, you know, just say what's up, you know, just,
yeah, because
you're all gonna be together for the rest of the night or the rest of the weekend. Might as well, you know, let it be known, like, yo, you know, what's up or whatever. So
yeah,
I don't do too well under pressure like that too. Sometimes I'm like, you know, that is like a really amazing artist and somebody I've listened to a lot. So it's just hard to differentiate that where, like,
you don't want to find out like that, but
yeah.
And who do you feel like inspires you? Like,
man, there's a lot of cats when I was coming up, like Gunner Starr, Ray Corrupted Mind, But then I kind of grew out of that because the same way I feel like I'm growing out of it now. I just like more photographers for example, I think the Beatles photographer, his name is Harry Benson. I believe it's Harry Benson. I don't know if I got it right or wrong. But Harry Benson, I mean, he just did such a great job documenting history. Like, not only the Beatles, like, he worked with the presidents. He did, like, a lot of work with big people and just did it so beautifully. And I think things like that inspires me a lot compared to photographers that I feel like at the time when I was growing up, I looked up to. Not saying that their work is bad. I think their work is great, too. But I think I just got out of the whole, not getting out of it now, but I just feel like my life can't just always be shooting with artists. You know, it has to be something more beautiful too, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Ray, what was
Ray Corrupted?
Yeah, he's Travis Scott's, right?
Yeah, Travis Scott's.
And he was doing the whole film photography, right? Was it edited?
I think he's shooting digital and he just makes it look really warm and film-like.
Yeah.
Gunnar Stahl is really the one that goes heavy on the film. Like, he'll do it all, like 120, 35 millimeter. Like he does great photography.
So what's your shooting style?
I mean, the first couple of years, I was heavy on film, developing it at home. Like, my friends taught me, and
like Red Room and all that shit.
So we had like a bag. Like, you don't have to be in a Red Room, but you can do it in a bag. But it's, I wouldn't say difficult, but yeah, like, you can't even see shit. You're just kind of like touching things inside the bag, and you're like, I hope it's like right. Obviously, if you have the Red Room, you have the ability to see, you know, a little bit. But yeah, I was shooting film and I just kind of stopped recently because, like, you know, it's just expensive. It's just super expensive. It gets more expensive as the years go by. And yeah, I just shoot film whenever I feel like it's right. Like, it's a good memory to capture, like, or friends, or I'm doing something that I want to be captured on film to get that, like, that love that film gives, you know?
Yeah.
Digital, I kind of just do that on, like, work or a night out or whatever, you know, just because I know it's quick. The turnaround's quick. So it's just a mixture of both. It's really nothing. Like, I can't choose one over the other, but definitely film, definitely for sure. But I try to do both because I feel like sometimes people lay off of digital, and then they don't know how to really shoot with digital, but they know how to shoot film, or vice versa. So I don't know.
Would you say you use film like for like passion projects or?
Yeah, for sure. Like, if there's any time that I could shoot film, and get, you know, obviously it taken care of, like paid for or whatever, I'm going to choose that option. But like I said too, like, if it has something to do with family, friends, or a trip, or something that I know is going to fit well with film, I'm going to choose film every time. Like, digital, I just have sometimes a hard time editing how I wanted to edit. Or maybe it's just because I look at images all day, every day in colors. Like, I just like feel like I'm so... Like, I can never set my mind on one style. I'm like, damn. Like, but film, it's like it comes one way. You can mess with it a little bit, but it's gonna be primarily that that vibe that film gives you.
Yeah. And what's your favorite type of like project to shoot? Whether it's like concerts or corporate or
documenting.
Yeah, documenting for sure. I mean, just like overall, I mean, just in general, just capturing everybody's life. Because we're all important. So just documenting what we got going on. If you're big, small, you know, you just started out, whatever, I do it all. So it's never been like I just want to always shoot for artists. Like, trust me, I'll stick my neck out for like homies that I know they got their heart into what they're doing, and I want it to be seen too, or at least give them an opportunity to work with a photographer that, you know, cares about giving them good work back, you know.
Yeah.
So
sure.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say for his Instagram.
Oh no, I still have like a few other questions I wanted to ask. You're young, right? Like, how old are you?
I'm 24.
24. All right, that's pretty.
Yeah, he's a baby.
Damn, but I thought y'all were about around the same age.
How old do you think we are?
Probably like 20, 27, 28.
I'm 27.
Yeah, I'm 30.
Okay. That's not bad. Y'all are like in the prime time. These are prime times.
Yeah. I figured you didn't know how old we were when you were like, y'all are some Southeast kids too.
Yeah.
And I was like, he probably thinks we're young and shit.
No. I meant like Southeast kids. Like,
we grew up. Yeah. But so pretty much like what kind of advice do you? Because you're young, right? So you've done so much like at a young age, and it's not a race.
You're 24 and like you met Drake. That's crazy.
But like obviously it's not a race. You know, I feel like even that itself might put somebody that wants to be a photographer like might put a shitload of pressure on them. Like fuck, like if I don't do that by 24, then like I didn't make it.
It's such a young age.
Yeah,
and you've accomplished so much in a way.
You know what's crazy? I feel like I was thinking about the same way when I was like 18. I was like, damn, like look at these guys that are 21 doing it. Like I hope by 21 I got it figured out, and I didn't. Like it took me all the way till now, and now I'm still trying to figure it out, you know, and just trying to balance my life out in every corner of it. So, damn, why did the question just fly over my head?
No, like just what advice like would you have?
Oh, advice. I don't know, man. It's just keep doing it, because like when you give up, it's like you're just like closing your dream out. So just keep pushing through it, and don't let anybody like, you know, discourage you or what you're doing. And always pursue it to the max. Don't just like cheat corners here and there just because like you're like, like I don't want to stick around because I don't care. I'd rather just go home. Like sometimes you sticking around that little bit more might get you that opportunity to go through that door. So I don't know, just keep doing it. That's literally the only thing to do, because if you stop, well, you'll never know. Like, so that's how I figured it out. And I mean, even now sometimes I want to give it up, but I can't. It's in my blood. Like I just like, I know if I stop for a while, I'm gonna want to go back into it and try to attack it again. So yeah, just don't give up on your dreams. That's it. I mean, it's the simple philosophy that everybody follows. Like it's that one. Just don't give up.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's it for me.
Oh, I thought you had more questions.
No, those were pretty good questions. You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
Honestly, there's just so much more that we can talk about, bro. But it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I had another question that
you always forget your question.
I do forget my questions a lot, but if I don't write them down, pues se me va la onda, you know.
Yeah.
But other than that was a chair, by the way.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, I don't know if you have something coming up or
any projects.
Man, I mean,
events.
There's always a lot of things going on in the background that I wish I could really sit here and tell you guys that it's like solidified, but maybe a new business venture. I might make a move to Atlanta, like actually go live there. I don't know. Just all of that's always like up in the air for me right now as of this month. But yeah, I'm trying to elevate to get to that next level, because, you know, it's like every chapter of my life, I feel like I'm just closing the last one right now. And I'm ready to see what else I could do, because I can't just continue to do what I was just doing this past year, you know? And I think that goes for all of us, you know? I think we always want to see what else we got in our bag. So I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out right now. I'm taking a break, just living it up with my family and friends as much as I can before I got to get back into it and kind of just like get lost in it, you know?
Yeah.
Just go hard. So, but yeah.
I was gonna say, why Atlanta? Like,
well, Druski asked me to be his lifetime photographer. Well, since I document him like video work, he did ask me if I wanted to go live over there. So if that's an opportunity that could work out for the both of us, both parties, then I'll do it. And you know, they're always free. Like, you know, they let me do what I want. You know, obviously, like, I go by what they need, but at the same time, they're not on my ass like that or anything. You know, they know I do good work, and whenever they need something, I get to it. And I'm sure if something came up that, you know, helps my career and helps all of us really at the end of the day, then they will let me do it too. Like, I don't want to be around people or individual, or even just here at home where I feel like constricted, you know.
Or that they don't want to see you grow or some shit.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Now they're I know, like, yo, Drew got a really good heart, man. Like, he's looked out for me, and I mean, just give me that opportunity to even join him.
Yeah.
So that, if that happens, you guys will see me over there more often.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's exciting for you.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully everything, you know, works out, and, you know, the move isn't like too much, you know.
Yeah, trust me, I love deep. So if I can't see my people, like, sometimes I'm like, damn, I feel drained. I gotta come back probably from time to time and see him and spend as much time as I can. That goes for my friends and my family.
Aww.
Hell yeah. So what's your Instagram? Where can people find you?
On Instagram, Filmfoot. On Twitter, Film Pata, because Filmfoot's taken. Besides that, everywhere else, I think it's Filmfoot. And my name's Abiel Garcia, and you could probably find me in a couple places. I kind of just go by the same name.
Well, thank you for joining us. It was a really good podcast, and being able to like finally like meet you, you know, and see like this side of you, because I would have never really thought you were like this big of a family guy. Yeah,
I'm trying, because I know, you know, we're not all perfect, and I'm not gonna sit here and say I am, but trust me, I'm trying, because that's something my parents have always tried to teach me to be. So I'm just trying, but you know, I got a couple loose screws, so I just try to fix them as I go. But yeah, man, that's all we got at the end of the day. So, you know, keep them close, and you know, don't want to be at the end of your life and not have anybody around you. You know,
for sure.
Yeah, you're right.
But again, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, appreciate it. All his information is gonna be in the description below. I don't know if you got like how many subs we have at the moment, but
oh no, let me get it real quick. And,
but yeah, so guys, please subscribe. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year.
Rolling us.
I'm trying to, you know.
I'm okay where we're at right now.
Follow our TikTok. Follow us on Instagram.
So our Instagram is 5,828, and then the subscribers are 600, and it's loading.
I think it's 653.
You think it's 653? Because we lost one, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, because we're at 654.
Oh shit. Well, that's cool. But yeah, again, appreciate you coming, bro. You know, this was.
Oh yeah,
this
we're
was
at 653.
Yeah. So this was pretty good. Other than that, I mean, that's it, right?
Peace, guys. Thank you for watching.